Hello and welcome to MZ Academy. This is Moiz and today we're going to be learning the basics of HTML5. So let's get started. So the first thing that you need is a code editor or a text editor. There are many out there such as Sublime Text, Atom, Notepad++, Notepad for Windows, and Xcode for Mac. But I'll be using Visual Studio Code as it works on all platforms and it is easy to use. The download link for VS Code is in the description box below. You can use any editor that you prefer. So here I am in VS Code and this is the welcome page. So first we will create a new file and we will call it tutorial.html. The .html part is very important because if you don't have it, your editor will think it's just text. After creating a new file, we will insert the default layout for writing HTML5. And keep in mind that it might vary a little, but this is what I use. Now, let's see what each line of code means. So the first piece of code is the doctype HTML. And the doctype just means that it's a document type declaration tag. And it is the very first element in each document and it defines the HTML markup version being used. And the HTML inside the document or doc type, it is required to identify the markup version as HTML5. Next, we have our second line of code, which is HTML lang equals n. So what this means is that the HTML language being used is English. Next, we have the head tag. These tags provide information about the document, such as the title, right here, the metadata, right here, scripts, style sheets, etc. Next, we have the body tag. And the body tag encloses the entire contents of the document, including text, hyperlinks, images, tables, lists, audio, video, etc. Now we will explore some HTML5 tags that can be used inside the body tags. So let's start off with the header. So start by typing in h1 inside your body. And then you can type in whatever you want as your header. So I'll be typing MZ Academy. Next, if we look at our live preview, we can see that it shows MZ Academy as our header. And let's do a preview of what all the headers look like. So it goes from H1 all the way up to H6. So I'll replace MZ Academy with header 1. And then I'll create 6 more of these with different headers. Now that we're done, let's look at the live preview. So here you can see what each header's size looks like. So here's header 1 and here's header 6. And if we would like to center all of these, we can do that. So before we started writing our first header 1, we can type in a center command. And then we will take our headers and copy them into our center command. Now, if we look at our live preview, they're all going to be centered, just like this. Now, let's look at the paragraph tag. So let's delete all of this code that we wrote, and now we will write the tag for the paragraph, which is just P. And in here, we can write anything that we want to be in a paragraph format. So I'll write a quick paragraph. Okay, now that I'm done, let's look at the preview. So this is what a paragraph preview looks like. And we can go back to VS Code. We can add a header right above the paragraph element tag and type in our header and this will be header 1, and inside it I will write Jeff's story. Now let's look at the live preview. So here we can see our header, Jeff's story, and then we can see our short little paragraph. Let's go back to VS Code. And now I want to explore something very, very important while we're coding. And it's called the comment tag. So a comment tag is completely ignored by the computer, and it's only for you. So it's for you to understand what you're writing, because sometimes you will have such long code that you don't even know what's happening. So you can put comment tags, and you can give yourself a reminder about what this is. So here I'll type in start tag, exclamation, 2 dashes, and it turns yellow. And then the text will be in green, and I'll write header 1. So that lets me know that this is the header of this short paragraph. Next, I will put a comment tag right here, and I will call it paragraph, short paragraph. So now if we look at the live preview, we can see that we don't have any of our comments because it was completely ignored by the browser. Let's go back to VS Code. Now we will look at the different ways to change how the text looks. So first, we'll start off by emphasizing our text. So I'll type in B, and this will add bold to our text. So I'll add a paragraph tag, and in here I can write hello world. Now let's look at our live preview. As you can see, the text has been emphasized. Now we will italicize our text. So I'll select this and delete it, and then I will replace this with a I. And once again add our paragraph tag, and in here I'll write hello world. Now if we open this up in our live preview, it should be italicized. Just like that. Next, we will underline the text. So I'll type U for underline and then add our paragraph tag. And in here, once again, I'll type hello world. As you can see, it's underlined. Next, we'll learn how to highlight our text. So to highlight our text, we'll type in mark, and this time we won't add a paragraph tag. So I'll type in hello world. Now let's open it up in our live preview. And as you can see, it's highlighted. Now let's look at how to strike out our text. So this time I'll type in strike, and in here I'll type in hello world. And once we open it up in our live preview, we can see that it's strike out. Next, we're going to learn how to do subscripts and superscripts. So just to make sure that our subscripts and superscripts works, we're going to add a paragraph tag before it. So in here I'm going to write hello world, and then we'll add a subscript, and then we're going to write 2, and then we're going to see it in our live preview. As you can see, the 2 is below the hello world, so that is a subscript. Now we'll just change this into a superscript. So instead of sub, we're going to write sub. And then let's look at it in our live preview. So as you can see, the 2 this time is above the hello world, which is a superscript. Now we'll go back to VS Code. Now we'll learn how to make ordered lists, which is just number lists, and unordered lists, which is just bullet points. So let's delete this here, and we'll start off with ordered lists. So to do ordered lists, you have to write OL, and then for every addition you want in the list, you have to write LI. So I'm going to write 4 fruits. Now, if we open this up in our live preview, we can see that we have a number list. Let's go back to VS Code. Now, let's learn how to make an unordered list, which is bullet points. So, we'll just take the ordered list and delete that. And instead, we're going to write unordered list, which is UL. And let's paste our list in there. And now if you open this up in our live preview, we see that we have bullet points. Now let's go back to VS Code. Now we'll learn how to insert breaks into long paragraphs. So first, we'll delete all of this, and then we'll type in a paragraph tag, and in here I'll paste my paragraph. So here it is. And now I want to add some breaks through where the sentence ends. So I'll add a break here, and to add breaks, you have to type in the BR tag. This is a break tag. Now that I'm done adding my breaks, let's look at what it looks like in the live preview. As you can see, we have breaks after each sentence. So our first break is right here, our second break, and then we do not have a break later in this sentence. So that's an easy way to add breaks. Let's go back to VS Code. Now we'll learn how to create a hyperlink. This is a more advanced skill. So let's start by creating our hyperlink. So let's start by typing a href equals quote the link to Google, and then we're gonna write title equal quote a link to Google, and then end tag, and then we're gonna type in whatever we want as our name, so Google. And then if we open this up in our live preview, we can see that we now have our hyperlink. So if I click this hyperlink, we'll be sent over to google.com. Now let's go back to VS Code. Now we'll learn how to create an alert function. So let's start by typing in body onload equals quote alert greetings, and then end tag. Now if we look at it in a live preview, we can see when it loads, we get an alert saying greetings. Now let's go back to VS Code. Okay guys, that was it for the basic HTML5 tutorial. Hope you enjoyed and learned something today. Thank you for watching. See you later. Please like, subscribe, and share this video to your friends and family.